Hello everybody, this is 6th grade math, and we're going to start into 14.1. And if you need to contact me, email me here for a specific request, PowerPoints, videos, corrections, solution PowerPoints. 14.1 is distance in the coordinate plane, part 1. Here is the standard here. There's 38 points of classwork, and then 3 points of note-taking. Here is the bell work. Teachers, give your students a few minutes to complete this. Homeschoolers, start out here as your warm-up. Point V here is 1, 3, 1, 3. Then point W is what are we at here at 7, 7, 5. Page 1, classwork, reading startup, visualizing vocabulary, use the check words to complete the graphic. Here's our graphic. Add or subtract these to find the distance between 2 points on a coordinate plane. Use the coordinates to find the distance from the origin on each blank. If a shape is formed, add the sides to find blank. And then if a rectangle is formed, multiply base and height to find blank. Axes to find the distance from the origin on each axis. Perimeter, if a shape is formed, add the sides to find the perimeter. Perimeter, axes. If a rectangle is formed, multiply base and height to find area. Add or subtract these to find the distance between 2 points on a coordinate plane. Be absolute values. Page 1 on your classwork. Page 2 on your classwork. Understanding vocabulary. Completing the sentences using preview words. Here's our new preview words. Coordinate plane, vertex, vertices, polygon, and reflection. A corner of a rectangle is called A. How an image would appear in a mirror is called A. A two-dimensional shape with straight sides is A. Vertex here for number 1. Number 2 would be reflection. And then number 3, two-dimensional shape with straight sides, is a polygon. Page 2. Page 3, notebook, students. This goes in your notebook. Essential question. How can you use absolute value to find the distance between 2 points with the same x or y coordinates? Explore activity 1. Reflecting in the coordinate plane. A point on a coordinate plane can be reflected across the axis. The reflection is located on the opposite side of the axis at the same distance from the axis. So that would be a reflection in an axis. Very okay, we got page 4 here of our classwork. Draw a coordinate plane on graph paper, label both axes. Well, these are both labeled from 10, negative 10, and then these are labeled down through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you could stretch these out here, students, a little. Then graph 3, negative 2, and then fold your coordinate plane along the y-axis. Find a reflection of 3 and negative 2. So if you folded this along the y-axis, if you folded it over or any way like that, this would be folded over here, would it not? It would be here, is where you would fold it. In the table, record the coordinates of the new point in the table. So 3, negative 2. Reflected across the y-axis, it'd be over here, and then across the x-axis, it'd be over here. Okay, you get the idea? Then for B, recorded coordinates of the new point in the table. So that'd be the new point there. C, choose 3 additional points and repeat A and B. So here is the reflection across the y-axis would be -3, -2. And then across the x-axis would be 3, 2. It'd be up here. And then 3, 5. That's our next point we're going to reflect. Reflected across the y-axis would be -3, 5. Would be over here. And then reflected across the x-axis would be 3, -5. So it would be down here for this point here. And then -2, 6. -2, 6 would be up here. Then y-axis would be 2, 6, so it would be up here. And then across the x-axis would be -2, -2, -5 would be down here. And then -3, 8, -3, 8. Reflected across the y-axis would be 3, 8, so it would be over here. And then across the x-axis would be -3, -8. So it'll be down here. So here's your reflections, students. Fill in your table, fill in your grid. Page 5 on your classwork, reflect now. What is the relationship between the coordinates of the point and the coordinates of its reflection across each axis? Across the y-axis, opposite x-coordinate and same y-coordinate as the original point. And then across the x-axis, same x-coordinate and opposite y-coordinate as the original point. So there is your description of your reflection of points across the different axes. Conjecture: a point is reflected across the y-axis, then the reflected point is reflected across the x-axis. How will the coordinates of the final point be related to the coordinates of the original point? So you got a reflection of a reflection. Both coordinates will be opposites of the coordinates of the original point. So it'll be the opposite of the original. Both coordinates will be opposites. Page 5 in your classwork, students. Page 6 in your notebook now, finding distances in coordinate plane. You can also use absolute values to find distances between 2 points that have the same x-coordinates or the same y-coordinate plane. Then page 7 in classwork, example 1, find each distance. So what is the distance between point A and point B? Find the distance between point A and the x-axis. So here is point A and the x-axis here. So what is the distance here between here and here? The x-axis and point A. The y-coordinate is 3, so the point A is absolute value is 3 units from the x-axis. You're 3 units up here. Step 2, find the distance between point B and the x-axis. So we have a point here. The y-coordinate of B is -2. So you're down here, -2. This is point B down here. So point B is right here. Your x is 4, y is -2. So the y-coordinate of B is -2, so point B is 2 units from the x-axis here. So you have to use absolute values for negative numbers. Find each distance. What is the distance between point A and point B? Step 3, find the sum of the distances. Distance from A to B equals 3 plus 2. Absolute values of these. 3 plus 2 is 5 units. So point A is here, then point B is down here. So this distance here is 5 units altogether. Then we go into our homework here. Page 1 of our homework. What are the coordinates of the reflection? What are the coordinates of the reflection? Then page 2 of our homework. The distance, we find absolute values here for distances between A and B, between A and B here. And then A and C, we have point A and point C. Page 3 of our homework. Plot the reflection of C across the y-axis. What is the distance between C and its reflection? Page 4 of homework. Page 4 of the homework, plot reflection of point A across the x-axis. Students, I'm going to let you do that. We've covered this in the lesson. You should be able to do it from that. Refer to your lesson. Refer to my YouTube site or the website for further information, or email me, and I can do online tutoring using an online whiteboard. Find the coordinates of each point after the described reflection. And then page 6, same thing. Give the distance between each point. And then page 7, same thing. Give the distance between each point. So, what is that, 14.1? Email me here for further questions, or if you need online tutoring, email me. 6th grade math, PowerPoints and videos. Thank you very much.